Hello, World J Bob, the video game slob, coming back at you from another rainy, cold day. Do you see a pattern? There is definitely a pattern going on here. So I picked up this wired PS2 from Goodwill for $3, and so I'm here at the game store. I got this on the way home from work, and so we're gonna take it inside, trade it in, see what we can get for that. But besides that, what have I picked up lately? There hasn't been much, but I should have some stuff down in the basement tonight to show off. I picked this up for $10 total. It's an original Legends Revelation card in really good shape. And the other one is the North Star, which is a reserved list Legend card. And if you don't know what reserved list is in terms of Magic the Gathering, it means that they will never reprint this card. So not only is the artwork cool, but they'll never make another one, and they won't be able to reprint this one in the future. So looks like the total price on these online is about $25. So for $10, I think I did all right, and for $3, I'm hoping I did pretty well on the guitar. I'm out. Hello, World J Bob, the video game slob, coming back at you. So many pickups. I'm so far behind. I do apologize from the rainy day, but this is a whole different day. It's been very disconnected. I've been very busy. And so I've kind of lost my mooring. And so I don't think I've covered this. I hope I haven't. So I ended up picking up this really cool box Nintendo. Now you're going to say, there's no styrofoam or Nintendo or controllers or game with this. There is. It's off camera. It would be too heavy for me to manipulate while I'm filming. And so I had a buddy pick this up for $60. And so he took all my He-Man items and these kind of things. And so ended up actually paying, with the difference I made, because he's a friend and he was getting me a pretty good deal on this. So I actually paid $52 like outright for it. So, pretty good deal, I'm going to say. So, last time I tried to sell these in like the 125 region, people really weren't biting. Could have just been the time of the year. So I don't know if that's still like really a good price. Either way, I think 52 is probably a pretty fair price on that. Little mail day. Ended up eBay bucks. Picked that up with the free dollars that I had there. But you can see it really does have a lot of the manuals. Now, it was a pretty yellowed system, and somebody did leave the Mario Duck Hunt in the deck, so the pins really aren't in great shape and would need new pins. But the paperwork's really there, and so that's pretty cool. So anyway, there's that. I picked this up for $50, probably a couple additional dollars with tax. So you can see this is a Marantz stereophonic receiver, or stereo receiver as most of us would call it. And this thing just has look at that wheel. A great tactile feel and design to it. This thing weighs about 40 pounds. You really wouldn't know that this beefy bad boy weighs that much unless you've seen them before or are familiar with the idea. So I usually don't get into audio equipment, but I have another friend who does, and so we went to a garage sale last year and he was showing me some of this. And so I picked up on the brand name, and I knew this is a good brand name. So when I saw it in a pawn store, I picked it up immediately. And actually I ran into him today in person, and he goes, man, even if it didn't work, $50 is a really good price. And so that's a pretty nice model. If you have it without the B, it's a little more desirable. I guess the B model people think was made a little more cheaply. But it's still pretty nice. It's really cool because it has blue lighting on it, so if you turn the lights off, it has a really cool effect to it. But I guess they're just highly thought of. People really like them. Already sold that for $320, so that was pretty cool. Now I just got to figure out a way to ship it, which is not going to be easy. So sold it late today, although it's late today now. I am not going to get it out tomorrow because I'm going to take my time with it and figure this thing out. So there we go. So that's that. I got to test it out with these terrible speakers that came with it. You really wouldn't think the person that had a head unit like that was using this cheap RCA sub as like their, and these guys back here, these would be what they're driving, but I guess that's what this person had it hooked up as. It doesn't really even make sense, but I don't know. That's what I got from the pawn store anyway. So I have a bunch of speakers like this. I'll list these as well as a 5.1 system. And honestly, if somebody gives me $5, I'd be ecstatic. So that's pretty much junk. But we'll see where it goes. So anyway, so there's that. I've done a decent job at clearing things out, but I still have the World of Warcrafts left to go. I still haven't valued those, but hopefully when you see the upload, I'll have the values in there. I think I'm going to keep those. I don't know. They're very heavy, surprisingly. I also did come to a deal with somebody from about an hour and a half away for a deal on the Transformer, so that's already out. I did very well on that. That was awesome. I wish I'd find more Gen 1 Transformers, but to find the Commodore 128, a Marantz head unit, a Gen 1 Transformer in the box, and a box Nintendo all in 1 week has just been a crazy week of finds. But anyway, here's some other stuff that came in. Oh man, that's super blurry. Why is it like that? It does not want to focus on that. Just a Pelican PS2 controller dongle. As you know, any of these older dongles can be, tough to find, and so the video game store picks them up for me. Maybe by now I finally have wireless controllers and dongles that make matches. I don't know, they all just go in a giant bin like that, and so maybe one day we'll figure it out. Very cool, limited run, RPG release. The local video game store picked up 2 copies, and I said, oh man, this is coming up. Do you just want to pick up a copy? And so we split the shipping. He ordered a copy, I got a copy, so there that is. Speaking of things that the local video game store gave me, or I got from him, he hooked me up with a PlayStation Underground loose disc. Fairly sure I already have that. And a Xbox disc. And what I love about these Xbox disc number 50 there are the ones in these plastic cases, because it's cool to have the whole run, but I don't know, something about the art is just way cooler than the white paper disc that they gave you if you got them in the mail. So here we go, last item, and again, I don't know if this made it into another video. I hope it did not. The Pac-Man album, very cool. It's actually reversible art, and so that's what the reverse art looks like there. Limited collector series. This is the second one I've seen of these. I'll tell you, I guess I don't mind telling you, I paid $5 for it. The condition is very poor. Just lots of damage all over. But the record itself looks very nice, to be honest with you. I don't see any real issues with that. Maybe that's how many they printed, 6,000. But like I said, the first time I saw it, I think it was $20 or $30. And so I really didn't want to pay that. And I'm glad I didn't, because I don't even care anyway. I don't know, it's maybe the third, fourth video game record that I even have in the collection. So I don't have a ton of that. Yeah, I think that's really all I know. I have another cool weekend outing coming up this weekend. Maybe I teased that in the previous video and I forgot about it, but I should be able to do some more live footage like that. So if you haven't watched the previous Hunting Out in the Wild video, the first flea market of the year, check that out. This will be the second flea market of the year. So hopefully I get some good footage. That'll be cool. And I don't know, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you're picking up in the comments. If you have a channel, tell me to check it out as well. I'm out.